Hey there! So it's Lindsey Anderson again, the #1 expert in helping coaches and consultants build their brand and monetize their service. You know the drill. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you don't miss anything. I'm very active in the comments and I release a new video out here on YouTube every single Tuesday and Thursday. Today is another installment of my 12-part series called, drumroll please, the 12 power levers that will grow your coaching business. And today we're talking about hosting and running your very own podcast. Now, before you hang up on me, please know this.
What it feels like, imagine how it sounds. Imagine life is perfect and everything works out.
It's not that hard to create a podcast. It's actually one of the most easiest pieces of content that I make every single week. You can go check out my podcast at Build and Monetize Your Coaching and Consulting Business Podcast. You can see the little icon there on the screen. Go and subscribe. More really great info. But here's the thing. I've been podcasting a very, very long time. The BAM podcast is my third podcast that I've ever hosted, and I've honed in on my message. I've been able to figure out how to get clients from listening to that podcast to actually becoming clients of mine, which is why I am now on my third iteration of a podcast. But all of that being said, you need to start podcasting, and today's episode or video is all about why you as a coach or a consultant need to start podcasting right now. So, #1 is podcasting will bring you the very best clients, okay? These clients, they listen to your voice every week. You are building your expertise and your authority in their minds. They hear your little voice in their ear, and the trust is extremely high. As I look back on the clients that have joined my Build and Monetize Masters program, some of my very best high level, most amazing clients have been listeners on the podcast and then have reached out to me to join my program. It has been proven that those individuals that listen to podcasts typically make over $10,000 more than most other people. They are in a very high income bracket. They are highly skilled. They are highly qualified. They love information. They are task oriented. These are the kind of people that we want to help when we are coaching and consulting. So this reason alone is why you should start a podcast today. One more little statistic about podcasts is 4 in 10 of Americans actually listen to podcasts. This is a piece of content that is extremely, extremely awesome. Now, let me tell you one more thing about that little podcast statistic, okay? Is that in general, there are hundreds of thousands of Facebook pages and Instagrams and YouTubes and all of this. There's about 700,000 podcasts, which in the realm of things, and when you're looking at your niche and you're looking at who you can service, the competition to actually get people to listen and for people searching for what value you can bring to the table is decreased a ton, which gives you a better chance of rising in the ranks and getting those listeners to listen to you. Now, truly, and I've already hit on this a little bit in this video, but the #1 reason why you want to host your own podcast is that it builds your credibility, it builds your authority, and it allows you to really step into your expertise. And as clients look for those service providers, those people who can help them make a transformation, they're totally willing to pay more for those people who have built expertise and authority in their niche. So you should totally start a podcast. I know, I keep saying that. You should start a podcast.
Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it!
Here's the thing about starting a podcast. It's not that hard. Don't allow the sound snobs in the world to get in your head to think that you have to have all the mics and all this and all that. Creating a podcast of your very own is a blank slate. If you want to do a 10-minute podcast every other week, then so be it. It is your podcast. If you want to interview people, then so be it. It's your podcast. If you want to just get on a podcast and sit there and think about something really awesome, You may not get any listeners, but it's your podcast. No one has laid down the rules. You're not going to look silly. Simply create a podcast, put it out there, and allow people to come and listen. Now, my final pitch on why you should start a podcast as a coach or a consultant is content marketing. I'm a huge fan of content marketing. I get 99% of my clients through good old-fashioned content marketing, and a podcast can serve as a very, very important cornerstone to the whole content marketing game. So let me show you what this looks like. Essentially, you record your weekly podcast. Perhaps it's you talking for 15 minutes. All of a sudden, you have a blog post. You can do a video about it. And all of your social media could 100% be taking little snippets from what you said in that podcast and teasing the podcast episode all throughout social media. So now you have a cornerstone piece of content each and every week that you can go out and content market your little heart out. So there you go. I've given you 100 reasons, well, probably not 100, but pretty close to that, on why you as a coach or a consultant need to start a podcast today. Don't overcomplicate things. There's a ton of ways you can do this for very, very inexpensively. Just get it up and running, start promoting it, and start getting those high quality clients today. There you go. Go check out my other videos. I have this whole 12-part series on the 12 power levers that will help you build and grow your coaching and consulting business. Go check those out, and I'll see you on the next video.